Another property of binomial coefficients is that C1 plus 2C2 plus 3C3 plus so on into NCn is equal to n into 2 raised to power n minus 1. However, C1 minus 2C2 plus 3C3 minus 4C4 plus so on turns out to be equal to 0. The explanation is as follows. We know that 1 plus x raised to power n is equal to C0 plus C1x plus C2x square plus so on Cn x raised to power n. If we differentiate both sides with respect to x, we get n into 1 plus x raised to power n minus 1 on the left side, and on the right side we get C1 plus 2C2x plus 3C3x square plus so on and Cn x raised to power n minus 1. Putting x equal to 1, we get n into 2 raised to power n minus 1 is equal to C1 plus 2C2 plus 3C3 plus so on plus NCn, which gives us the first result. However, if we put x equal to minus 1, we get 0 equal to C1 minus 2C2 plus 3C3 minus 4C4 plus so on, which gives us the second term. Now we find the number of terms in the expansion of x plus y plus z raised to power n. This is generally called trinomial. Here we have the number of terms to be equal to n plus 1 into n plus 2 divided by 2. The explanation is simple, because if we treat y plus z as a single entity, we get x plus y plus z raised to power n equal to x plus y plus z is a single factor raised to power n. Expanding with the help of binomial theorem, we get x raised to power n plus nc1 x raised to power n minus 1 into y plus z plus nc2 x raised to power n minus 2 into y plus z whole square plus so on ncn into y plus z raised to power n. Now there are one term in the first expression, two terms in the second expression because y plus z raised to power 1, three terms in the third expression because y plus z whole square, and lastly we have n plus 1 terms in the last expression because y plus z raised to power n is there. Thus the number of terms will be equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus n plus 1, which is equal to an arithmetic progression whose sum will be equal to n by 2 into a plus n. N stands for n plus 1 terms here. Therefore n plus 1 into n plus 2 divided by 2 is the total number of terms in the trinomial.